What's up, guys? Back again, Washington Capitals GM, blah trade deadline day. Now, the plan for trade deadline day that I came up with was to trade some players that we never play in the NHL for some picks for the team, because there's no one really that we need to trade away or to re-sign. Say like Michael Hanius isn't really worth trading away. Don't want to get rid of oh god. Right, okay, this was written down for me and I'm going to try and pronounce it right. Loktionov. I think that sounds right in my head. I'll probably got it wrong again. Has only got a two-year contract, so there's no one really worth trading away for a one-year contract apart from Setaguchi. But he's having a good year, so I'm considering probably re-signing Setaguchi because I think we can probably get less for him, and if he goes, well, we didn't give anything to get him, so it doesn't matter if we give anything to get up or give up anything to let him go. But I mean, we could give up on the season and bring up Lotchinov. I think he's having a decent year in the AHL. Yeah, he's having a very good year in the AHL actually. So we probably could bring him up if needed, if we did want to trade Setaguchi for a better pick. So I might do that, but mainly I was thinking of trading people or packaging deals together so that people like John Erskine and Hillen go for a third round pick just to help with the prospect pool more than anything. And then we're not really giving up on the season, but we're kind of prepping for a bit of a retooling. Don't want to get rid of Dmitry Orlov because I think he can turn into something for us. And the same really with Tom Wilson. I mean, Joe Ward could go. He's probably the most likely person to be traded is Joel Ward or even Brooks Like. But, you know, we could trade Brooks Like at the end of the season, and we don't really have... I suppose Benino could play Brooks Like position. Okay, so there are options. Yeah, no, there are definitely options. Okay, so Joel Ward, Brooks Like, and a couple of others can go, and that way we can keep Setaguchi, I think, is the way we're going to do this. So we won't actually do it on trade deadline day. We're going to be cheeky because I've only got the one phone, and I do want to make this go through. So, first trade, let's have a look if there's any suitors for Joel Ward. He's a fantastic third liner for us, but he's getting old. That's quite a lot to be paying for a decent third liner. If we're paying Setaguchi and Johansson less than that, I think he's not really having that good of a season either for us. So we'll try and get rid of him and see if we can get a pick back. So Vancouver want him, and it looks like they could take him. So willing to give up. Oh, we could get Eddie Lack for him, to be fair. We'll probably get Markstrom for him, to be fair. Why wouldn't that? Okay, that wouldn't go through. But if we stick you in there for... Is there anyone they want to give away? Yes, there is. That's good. And who's got the best potential? Well, Jordan Subban would be nice, but that's kind of defeats the point of sticking an extra player in there. So we'll try for Jordan Subban, but get rid of... we'll take this Fox guy back just because he's actually got some decent value. Why won't that go through? Okay, so we'll take Subban off and see if that goes through. No. Markstrom off. No. Why won't that go through? What if we trade for someone who's actually on their NHL roster? Would that go through? Like Derek Dorsett. Okay, that's weird. So we won't try with Vancouver. Tampa Bay want them, and they've got enough trading salary cap room to try and make this trade go through. Unfortunately, did they get Nicholas Backstrom? Okay, so they got a pretty good goaltending tandem. And they want to give up Ben... Oh, no, they don't want to give up Ben Bishop. I was about to say, that's a bit crazy. But we could probably get 2 first-round picks or second-round picks for Joel Ward if we throw in a player. And one that they're interested in giving away, as long as he's got 1 year left. I think that's more important than anything else. 1 year, we'll take Tyler Johnson. So Joe Ward, that won't go through, right. Take off the Rangers pick. think that would go through, but we'll try for a third round pick as well. So let's see what they say to this. Got to be honest with you, Tampa Bay is not too thrilled to part ways with what you're asking to send your way, but we aren't completely off base. However, you've met our trade list well enough. Your just value is too far off the table. That's fine. We can deal with that. Let's throw in our 7th and our 6th. Okay, so that's not going to go through. Let's 7th and a 5th. Okay, so we'll stop trying that trade. We'll take off the 3rd round pick and see if that goes through. No. 5th pick? No, okay, so it doesn't look like that's going to go through. I'll take off Johnson. Take off Johnson. Stick on JT Brown. And then that would go through, but again, our rep is low as hell anyway, so we might as well try for a 3rd. Nope. Okay, so they don't want to do this because it would mean putting the Bock off on waivers, which they don't want to do. So that's annoying. Right, St. Louis want him. We can get Edmonton and St. Louis's 2nd for, and hopefully O'Coin's got a good contract. So take off St. Louis's. There we go, we got there in the end. We managed to get a 2nd for Joel Ward, which I am fine with. And then we can bring up Lochte kind of to play where Joel Ward was. That's fine. A little bit of shimmying of the lines. That's not too bad. Brooks Like now. Brooks Like. So we need to get something good back for Brooks Like. Let's trade him to Phoenix. Trade to Phoenix for Phoenix's 2nd and a prospect. No. Domi? No, not going to get Domi. A prospect that's playing in the NHL we could use. Any forwards that fit that description? I mean, you could go for Kopakowski. Like for a 2nd and Laura Kopakowski, that would be a trade I'd be happy to do. Wouldn't go through, but I don't want to take Light's contract. I don't want to retain Light's contract either. So we'll take off Kopakowski, and that trade would still go through. So we can probably just load up on picks here, to be fair. So Brooks Like for a 1st. Do we think that will go through? No. Okay, so Brooks Like for a 1st and a 3rd along with a 6th. No. Okay, so I don't think we're going to be able to get a 1st in this situation. Tell you what, let's go back to Dallas's picks are really low. Probably get loads. Load up on picks from Dallas. Then if we can't afford you for a year, but there must be someone we can. Scott Glennie, no, too much. Lindbach would be a better backup goalie than we have. So we could trade Lindbach for Peters and then take a defenseman back, say Jordy Ben. Why wouldn't that go through? Salary cap? Probably. Yeah, salary cap. Could afford to hold a little bit of money on Light's contract. No, we really can't. Okay, so Brooks Light's contract just isn't doable with Dallas, which is a shame, because they had a lot of money and low draft pick. So we could try to go for 2 firsts from Chicago for him. So we'll take 2 firsts for Chicago. We're trading away Peters. I want to get a goalie back. Doesn't look like there's one going for really. No, so we won't bother with trading Peters. So Brooks like for Chicago's first and their first this year. Any rookies? Not really, but we'll take a flyer on this. Is it worth taking a flyer on this Moran guy? No, I don't think it is. Skaters giving away. Who's got the best potential of the skaters they're willing to give away? I guess it is this Ross guy. Yeah, we'll go for you. We'll just stick Ross on to make it go through. Actually, no, we'll just try for a pick, I think. Try for a Florida's third round pick. So what they say to this? No, okay, take off Florida's third. Haha, that'll do. That'll do. 2 firsts for Brook Light, 1 next year. So we have 2 first round picks for the next 2 years. That will do. That will do. Right, we probably could make a few more deals, but let's just go ahead and sort out these lines because there are definitely some call-ups that need to be made. So, Andre, we're getting you to the AHL and... yeah, why not? We'll bring up Beagle. He can do a job depth-wise for us. So, let's go with... Loki Tynov. And fine, Beagle. Alright, so Jay Beagle can go there, and we will just stick. We'll go with Michael Hanyus on the third line because he's got the good face-off rating. That's good enough for me. Has Landeskog's not gone up yet, has he? No, I don't think he has. So that's fine, and then we can address the goalie situation later, or we can go ahead and try and trade for Eddie Lack right now. The coin can go down. That's probably the AHL that needs editing, isn't it? Penalty kill. Okay. So Hannah's Bankstrom. We'll stick Johansson there, I think. Then we'll just do best lines in the AHL. Make sure the goalie is playing. Yes, he is. Okay, good. Good. And do we trade for a goalie now? We've got loads of picks. I mean, Gibson's out of our league, but I mean, Eddie Lack and Jacob Marstrom, we can probably get both of them with a single trade. We may as well. Might as well while we're here. So we'll go for Peters for Marstrom. That won't go through. Stick Hillen in there. Bit of value, and we can probably stick a second in there as well. I'll go with our second. So Peters and Hillen for a second for Markstrom. That'll do. That will do nicely. So, you know, we've traded for a couple of first round picks and Markstrom as our backup goalie now. To help Holtby out in the future, and I think that's going to help us out in the future. So, good deals, bad negotiating, but good deals, I feel. What we need to do with the AHL lines. That's fine. Orlov can just play up there, that's fine. Hillen was an excess we can afford to get rid of. And now we have, hopefully, a future star goalie in Markstrom. You know, same age as Holtby, but I imagine he's going to get jumped. Decent contract. So hopefully Holtby or Markstrom will come up and be our starting goalie for the future. I'm happy with that. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. Check out free agents quickly. I think we've got space to sign. Yeah, we've got loads of space. But I don't think there's anyone that will really help us out that much. I mean, we could get Brodeur, but I don't really see the point in that. So we'll carry on. We'll go to the deadline and then we'll go to the end of the month. Remember to let me know what you guys think of those trades. Our team is definitely worse now, but I think still not convinced we're going to make the playoffs. Wow, some good trades. Yeah. That's good at least. At least the AI has made a couple of trades on trade deadline day. I wish they made as much as they did in the actual NHL, and that's an interesting trade. Okay, so Montreal is stacking up for a playoff run. If they're getting Matty Molson for a first-round pick. So last hour, I'm not gonna bother. I don't want to make any trades. That's fine. Let's go to the end of the month and reassess the situation then. I'm probably just going to finish off the season in this video and then go from there. Why not? Why not indeed? At least Backstrom looks like he's going to get at least an assist a game, and that's what we need from Nicky Backstrom. Hopefully Ovechkin is getting back up there in goals, but I've not checked for a couple of months. Yeah, a couple of months now. So we'll see what happens. He said Gucci was a good signing, leading the league in leading our team in goals. I mean, he's probably nowhere near the top of the league in points at the moment, or goals, I should say. But you know, it's good. And Johansson's a plus 17, which is good. So that second line, it's come together quite nicely. 7-1 win against Markstrom's old team. That's nice. That is nice. So you know, a decent run of form doesn't necessarily take us out of the playoffs either. So you never know. We got a good West Coast stint coming up, so we can steal a few points from some Western Conference teams, and it won't matter if we drop any points really against them. I mean, it probably wouldn't do us the world of good, but at least, you know, it's not like 4-point games or 3-point games where if we lose to a team, they're going to jump and we're going to fall in the standings in the division necessarily. But, you know, we could have done a little bit better. Okay, so we did just lose to LA. Can we come back and do better than that? I hope we can. And we can. Okay, so, you know, we took 2 points from LA and then we gave up 2 points. So it's not a tremendous loss. I've completely ignored the scout for this year because I know who the players the scout are for the first year, so there's absolutely no point in scouting or slowing these videos down with scouting. So it's looking like Setoguchi could be a 30 goal scorer for us on that second line, which is good. And that was a big win against Boston. So you gotta say, since the trade deadline, we've actually done pretty well. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-1, 5-1, 5-2. 6-2, 6-4, 9-4 since the trade deadline. I imagine that's put us in pretty good contention again, or at least given us a chance to be in contention. Metropolitan, yeah, we're 5th. I think we're actually in a wildcard spot right now. Yeah, okay, so you know, we've come through to the end of the season and we're actually hitting a bit of decent form, so we're in a wildcard spot and we're not actually too far of being in an automatic spot. But you know, Carolina are very close to us. We've got a game against Carolina. We do have a game against Carolina coming up. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so how many games have we got in the division? So Dallas isn't in our conference. New Jersey are ahead of us. Beating the Islanders needs to happen. St. Louis again, beating Carolina needs to happen. And Tampa Bay are in the Atlantic division, but we can still do with beating them because they could have a run at the wild card spot. And we have 3 Eastern Conference games. Dallas are doing okay this year. St. Louis aren't doing very well, and then we obviously have Chicago, which is going to be a tough team to beat. So it's going to be an interesting little stretch to finish this season. And you know, I might as well finish the season in this video if that's okay with you guys, because it's been going for about 18 minutes and we've only got 7 games left, so we may as well do that. Points wise, we're 9th in the league. Goals for, we are 8th. Goals for a game, back in the top 10, that's what we need to be. Goals against, mid-table, that's fine. Power play, slowly going up, very slowly. But the penalty kill has been good all this year, so at least that's a good thing. And the last 10, for once, we actually have more wins than losses in the last 10. So I'm happy about that. Player stats, something we've not checked out for a while, so we'll do that going into the last 7 games of the season, just to keep a track on it and have a reference point. So it's been 13 games since the trade deadline. Thank you for showing us that, Beagle. Goal, Setoguchi has 29, Johansson has 24, Ovechkin only has 20, and so does Landeskog has 21. Ovechkin should be a more than a 20 goal scorer. I mean, he had more goals in 48 games last year. So he's having a bit of a slump this year. But Sadaguchi and Johansson have lit it up on that second line. Points wise, yeah, Sadaguchi, Johansson and Backstrom, Ben Ovechkin, Ben Kuznetsov, which is good. Landeskog's doing his role, Niskanen, Hanius is doing well. That's fine. Johansson is a plus 23, and then Goligoski and Niskanen are minus 35. Jesus Christ. I bet she's got 10 power play goals, so moving him on the power play definitely made a difference, I feel. And hits wise, Osno, Landeskog, Carlson, and Ovechkin. So we're hitting people, which is fine. Okay, so we'll do this game at a time. So Dallas is the one game I don't mind losing. But it's at home, so we should win a home game. Oh, okay, so that's not bad. That's not good. We might be okay if we lose to the Eastern Conference teams, as long as we get a point out of them. But these two games are really key. So and they're both away as well. Yes, good. I don't think we can catch the Devils, but at least we didn't get caught by anyone else by winning that game. So the Islanders is a must-win game because they are 2 points behind us. So we can put an extra cushion between us, or they can tie us. Oh, I think that was an overtime loss though. So they caught us up by 1 point. Yeah, but that 1 point has put us in tied with 6th with Philadelphia, and you know, Carolina. They won their 2 games and they've jumped us. I wonder how many games they have left actually. Oh, I didn't mean to sin this game. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, that's not good at all. That's not good because now the Islanders are in 3rd and have leapfrogged everyone. So this is a must-win game. This is because this is for the last wildcard spot. And we lose it. Oh, I think that's might have put us out of contention completely. Yeah, we need to get 4 points. We haven't enough games to do it. But you know, if Carolina win or get a single point, we're done. Or even if Pittsburgh or Carolina get a win or a point, we're done. And we can't even get a win. So it's over. It's over. There's no mathematical way of us making. Hopefully, at least we can win and give the home fans something to cheer about. But it won't be enough. Yeah, 4-0 win. Something for the fans to, you know, not be too despairing about, but we kind of wet the bed there at the end. I mean, we're in one of the toughest divisions. If we were in the Atlantic Division, we'd be fine. Central Division would be fine. Pacific Division, still. But we had 91 points and didn't make the playoffs. 7 teams in our division had 90 points or above, and we didn't make the playoffs. So it is a shame. But, you know, we can make the most of a bad situation. Let's check out the AHL team. The AHL team is doing very well, I believe. I can't see them, but it looks like they're going to be making the playoffs at least. You know, I got 102 points. Keeper Coyne has come and has done a fantastic job. So what we're going to go ahead and do, because it looks like the Hershey Bears are going to make the playoffs, is go to roster moves, and we're going to send the people that we can down to the AHL to give them some experience for playoff-wise, you know, and see what comes of that. So I believe there should be a few people we can send down, like... Okay, so it's only Evgeny Kuznetsov we can send down, but Evgeny Kuznetsov should tear up the AHL, no problem whatsoever. So Evgeny Kuznetsov, you go down, and we can also send down Markstrom. So Markstrom again should have no problem in the AHL. But there you go, Braden Holt has gone up by 1, so he's a star. Whether that stays for the next season, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But hopefully Kuznetsov can tear it up in this AHL for the last few games and into the playoffs. Deep playoff run with the help of Markstrom as well. Hopefully the AHL players can get better and, you know, help our team get better overall. Pretty disappointing end to the season. That's the NHL team, so we won't bother with that. Yeah, pretty disappointing end. Ovechkin, where have you been, man? That's just not good enough. Not good enough at all, my friend. Not good enough. You need a better season than that. You had the line mates. Nothing came of it. It's a shame. But, you know, we will grow from this. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll go ahead and get on with the AHL players on the off-season in the next video. and then assess the situation and try and work out what to do with these Washington Capitals, because we weren't far off the playoffs, but we wet the bed at the end. That cost us a lot. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.